Pat, how the hell do you stop Travis Kelce?
I say this. It's like with a guy like that, it's like he's gonna get his catches because just the way how they move him around, and he just found ways to get open. He probably make up his own routes. Him and Mahomes got such a good connection, but I think it's just eliminating the big plays with him. Minimizing the explosives and minimizing the plays where they succeed on him and Pat. So I think it is just focusing on him and let other guys around their team beat us. Meaning that, okay, we could, cover Kelce, this and that. So, you got to make other guys around them beat us. And that's the big thing.
And that's, a big difference with the Chiefs from 2 years ago compared to last year and this year is 2 years ago, you couldn't say that. You couldn't say, let's just take away Travis Kelce and have the other guys beat us because another guy they had was Tyreek Hill. Yeah. And now that they eliminated him or traded him, it really does feel like that with the Chiefs. But a question for both of you guys, and Pat, you kind of alluded to this. When I watch Travis Kelce play, it feels like he's the only player that on a first read is just going out and playing backyard football, where it's pretty much just like him and Pat are like, just go find an open spot in the middle of the field, and once I know you found it, I'm going to throw you the ball. And is that something that they do, you think?
Yeah, they make it simple. They allow him to kind of use his speed and his versatility to just get open almost. Thing about him, the thing that really kills people is the run after the catch. Yeah, like when you play him, you got to tackle the catch. Like, say he gets 10 yards, that's fine. 7 yards, that's fine. But if you let him loose, like you saw last week, he's going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? I think he's hard to tackle in the open field. So when you get a one-on-one shot on him, you got to take it. But, yeah, I think even sometimes with Andy Reid, how he allows them to, draw up their own plays or be creative. Like, it's a very free atmosphere there. And so I think you see that in his play. Like, his ability is, like, to go and get open. They give him the freedom to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's the ball placement, too. Like, that's the other thing is that Mahomes is always putting the ball, like, away from the defender. So even if, like, the separation isn't big, all of a sudden you have, like, a 300-pound man, basically, like, standing there shielding the ball away, and it's tough to get to. So it is, I don't know. It's kind of fun to watch, but it does seem like it'd be just like a nightmare.
Of course you would say that.
Here we go.
Of course you would.
Here we go.
It's interesting. Like, it's damn it.
You can say they do good things. You ain't got to compliment them like that.
I say maybe it's fun when we're not playing them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
When we're not playing.
Well, because I got cut up by all the booze.
Oh, man.
Well, you deserve that. That's for sure.
Fair. Yeah.
So then, just when you guys break it down like this, am I wrong by saying Kelce should just be played one-on-one the majority of the time? I know you probably can't do it all the time, but the majority of the time, because wouldn't it be easier for him to find that open space in a zone compared to if there's a guy supposed to follow him the whole time?
Yeah. That could be a case, but sometimes when you play too much man, offense could get keys on it. Then you got man beaters.
Right.
Then you got this and that. But I think if you mix it up, but also what's key to them is a lot of their plays are not on script. A lot of their plays are second play chances, second play opportunities. When you give the quarterback enough time, then that's when they start running around and playing backyard football. So I think how it is important to cover, like the first 5 seconds is just as important to cover the last 15 seconds because he runs around back there, then you find guys open. So it's important to plaster and lock on your guy. Even in zone, too. When there's probably open holes or open seams, you still got to find people to plaster on and lock in on because, that's what they do. They find easy reads, easy access. But when you give them holes and gaps to read through, it's easy to complete.
I remember talking to Chris Harris Jr. after a home Chiefs game, I think like 4 years ago, and he said, I've never run that much in my life because of exactly what you're talking about. Not only did they have Tyreek Hill, but then Patrick Mahomes is running around back there, and Chris is just following Tyreek all over the field all game. Is this a more exhausting game to play because of all that?
Yeah, it is, because obviously you cover him for the first 4 seconds, like, okay, I got him, but you really don't because who knows what he's doing back there. He's like
Yeah.
a magician, so you really got to lock in and hone in on being locked in for not even 5 seconds, but 10 seconds throughout the play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing about it.
Yeah,
Especially-
you got to be focused because that second play, that second chance, like he can go anywhere. Like, you know,
Anywhere.
there's usually a route tree. We kind of understand guys get to this depth. We can make this break, blah, blah, blah. But when Pat starts to get out of the pocket, like, there, you have no clue where this guy is going to go. So you got to be focused. On top of that, you're already tired. It's exhausting, man. I'm glad I didn't have to do it much, but I know you can handle it.
Yeah, man.
Alex
Lot of
Smith was a
running.
little different, huh? Alex Smith was a little different than Mahomes.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
But, hey, the Chiefs were nice back then.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
The
Yeah.
Chiefs were
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
with him, Alex Smith. What's the running back's name?
Jamal
Oh,
Charles.
Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs were like
Yeah.
they've been good for a while. Like they weren't this good, but they were solid.
I remember when the Broncos signed him. I was like, oh my goodness, this
Yeah.
guy's going to be electric. And it didn't really pan out.
Nah,
He had a couple plays, but
he's a really good guy, but
yeah.
he I think he was older at that point, maybe.
Yeah. What's it like covering tight end? Because I know, like, obviously during like training camp and all that stuff, you're just covering receivers.
Yeah.
But then to flip over, I'm just assuming you're going to be on Travis Kelce at some point because that's what I would do. Like, what changes, and can you practice that at all?
You can, but like Kelce, he's a different type of tight end just because he can run any route in a route tree. Because normally tight ends, they're like, I would say about 70% of tight ends can really run, you know, all the routes in the route tree, but you know they get open because you know they're such a big body and being able to shield guys. But with Travis, he's just so like fluent in his routes, you know what I mean? And you can't get a hard tell on him because all of his routes are the same, which makes it even harder. So, and he can run a little bit too. That's an underrated part of his. But yeah, I just think that they're able to shield their body against like corners, you know what I mean, against smaller guys, then against linebackers or something, they could outrun them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the difference.
So I've got a linebacker sitting to the right of me. Got a cornerback.
No
sitting-
offense, no offense, no offense, no offense.
No, I heard it. I was
No,
gonna let
no,
it slide. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I've got a corner sitting to
I'm
my
just saying,
left of
that's-
me. Good
of you
thing you
looking
guys
at
have
it.
me in between. I can break up any fights.
He was talking about linebackers in the league right now.
Right, exactly.
He's not
No,
talking
I
about
agree.
preview. You know what I'm saying?
I totally
Yeah.
agree.
Not those mobile linebackers like you.
Yeah, not the ones back in the day.
You know what I mean? Like,
5 linebackers.
But like, who do you want covering a Travis Kelce? Is it a linebacker? Is it a cornerback? Is it a safety? That's always been like the $1 million question for the Broncos for the last like 15 years because you had Gronk. That Broncos would always go up against, and then now you have Travis Kelce. And because neither of them are like pure just receiving tight ends, kind of like a Jimmy Graham might be. And I know when the Patriots, when they had Akib, played the Saints when they had Jimmy Graham, Bill Belichick just put Akib on Jimmy Graham all game. And that was okay because he was like more of a receiver. But when you have a guy like Kelce, what's the answer there?
yeah, you could have your match. Like I line up against him, and you know I did well. That's the thing. You just got to mix it up with him, give him different looks. So I think that's what's key to it because obviously that's Mahomes' first read, and when you knock that, that's when you get off script and you sort of do his own thing. So I think it's key that you focus on that, and you know what I mean, make him not have that first reading option. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
You asked me who do I want guarding him?
Yeah.
The safety. If I'll take him, you know what I'm saying, we'll just switch it up. But you know what I'm saying, I better have some help on the inside or up top. Yeah, I'm not gonna sign up for that all game long for sure. I'll take him and I'll hold my own, but I just think that's not what I want to do for this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make some tackles. I'm trying to stop the run. You know, I think I contribute a lot of other things. Don't just, you know what I'm saying, waste me away covering Kelce all game.
What was Gronk like? You played against him a couple times, right?
Yeah, big body. I think he can run a little bit better than like people think too. Same thing with Kelce. And I think him and Tom Brady kind of had that connection too.
Yeah.
To where he just knew how to get open for sure.
Huh.
I don't know if I've ever lost to the Patriots, but
I don't think you have.
they were still good.
Oh.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
What a great
That's a
stat to
bragging
have.
right.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
And I mean, what's crazy? Gronk and Kelce are the same age right now.
For real.
Yeah, and
Wow.
doesn't it just feel like Gronk is
Yeah.
like, I mean, he has been out of the league for a couple of years now, but it just feels like he's like, 40 years old or something. But no, he just
Grunt
didn't.
living his best life.
Yeah,
Playing basketball.
yes, he
Yeah,
is.
he's living his best
Yeah.
life. I ain't gonna
And now
lie.
he's got a bowl game named after him. Did you hear that?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was announced just like 2 days ago or something. It's
Wow.
the Los Angeles Gronk Bowl or something.
LA Bowl or hosted by Gronk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Balling.
Did you
He's
see the
doing it.
rumors this offseason? I think Sean said something like, "Yo, Gronk, you gotta like come play for the Broncos" or something like that. Like it was just like a little bit buzz. I don't think anybody really believed Gronk was actually gonna come. Yeah, gave him the tie.
Yeah, it was a
blue and orange tie.
really, really cheesy thing that Fox did.
It was.
Before the Super Bowl, I
Yeah.
think, because that was when Sean was still working for Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said that.
It's like you might have to come
Oh,
to
the
Denver.
Broncos or the Gronkos.
The Broncos.
The
That was the joke.
Broncos. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
Sean's a better coach than actor.